I don't think you realize how hard it is to build muscle at home, let alone with no equipment, no gym, no money, and this. Sounds like something worth doing, doesn't it? So I'm going to be spending the next 720 hours building muscle right here in my garage. You see, I have always been a skinny kid weighing around 55 kg, but now I weigh 72 kg, all thanks to all the hard work that I put in myself. But recently I hit a plateau. I'm no longer gaining muscle, and if there's one thing about me, I'm very insecure about how I look. And being stuck at 72 kg for a while now makes me feel like I'm going back to how I was. I can't let that happen. A study showed that it takes 6 to 15 weeks to gain muscle, and I'm just doing it in 10 days. Looking to gain around 10 kg or more, hopefully. And here's how I look right now, and we'll see how I look after 30 days. In order for me to see results, I first needed to figure out my nutrition, and after some research I determined that my diet needed to consist of 300 to 500 surplus and over 150 grams of protein. Let's be honest, not a lot of us are out there with calorie calculators and scales trying to figure out how many calories are there in my apple. I messed up quite a bit, often not caring about how many calories I was eating. I just ate because that's what normal people do. However, simple advice from Rich Piana: eat more often but wisely.
You gotta eat big to get big.
Gave me my answer. I knew if I did that, I wouldn't have to worry about counting my calories. My diet consisted of protein, carbs, healthy fats, veggies, and whey, if it is available. But this was not easy to do, and here's why. Firstly, I don't have enough food in the house. Secondly, I can't just start eating 8 meals per day. I have my grandmother to think about, and food is just way too expensive to do that. I try to eat as often as possible with the little that we have, while trying by all means to track my calories. The app that I'm using is FitnessPal. Like, it has a lot of food options on there, calories and nutritional information, so I'm really enjoying using that. But this was just the first step to my muscle building journey. What comes next proved to be way more difficult than I thought. This is the part that I knew would be the most physically challenging, so I needed a plan. My goal wasn't only just to build muscle, but also to create a strength training routine which can help me stay healthier, have more free time, and maximize my gains with little to no equipment. I got on my laptop and researched all the different ways to do this. I then drafted all the workouts that I needed to do on specific days of the week. I also included the times that I would wake up and sleep, added some activities that I'm going to be doing on my rest days so that there's a balance between life and training. To make my training as effective as possible, I had to try new training techniques that are often discussed in the fitness world, some of which I have never tried before. One of those was a method that I learned from Jeff Cavalier, which involved increasing time under tension of each movement. Imagine if I asked you to do 20 push-ups. Most people would do them with ease, but what happens if you slow down your reps, you slow down your tempo, and suddenly it becomes 10 times harder? That's the concept here. Although hard, I had to do it. I also applied one set to failure by Mike Menser, the idea that performing one set to the point of failure will yield better results than performing multiple sets, pushing past your limits. Training hard is something that is well understood by professional bodybuilders all over the world. So whenever I did this with bodyweight exercises, it became 100 times harder because these movements require a whole lot of energy to do. But I continued training like this for the next few days, with each workout harder than the last. But all could be lost if I didn't do this one thing. You know, the crazy thing is, as content creators, we get up and then we pretend that we're getting up so that we can say that we got up from bed. Because no one can sleep with that camera on the whole night. So I got up, I set up my camera so that I can say that I got up from bed. I don't know, I just thought of saying that. Yeah. Imagine that you were given a task of making deliveries every single day, on foot, 40 kilometers away, and each time a package is delivered successfully, you get $1 million. You might think that making more deliveries every single day would be better because you get to make more money. But that's not the case. Training too hard and often is not always better. Soon enough you will get burned out, injured, and not receive your reward. So I gave myself 4 rest days while training 3 times a week. During those rest days, I made sure to do the things that I love doing: catching up on anime, learning filmmaking, going for walks.
Hey! This nigga is looking at me.
And spending time with my family, while also eating a high protein diet and sleeping for at least 8 hours. But this is where I messed up big time. Okay, good morning. It's been like 3 weeks now since I started this challenge. Right now I'm approaching my 4th week, and each and every week I told myself that I'm going to weigh myself to find out if I'm making any progress. Last week I did weigh myself and I was still at the same weight, 72 kg. But it was the 2nd week, so I wasn't really worried about it. I just got off the scale and guess how much I'm weighing right now, or how much I gained right now. No difference. I'm still at the same weight. What is it that I'm doing wrong? Turns out that most of my days were spent working on YouTube videos, getting my business off the ground, learning new skills, and only getting like 4 hours of sleep per night. Because lately I've been feeling desperate. I'm broke with a YouTube channel that makes me no money, and quite honestly I even thought about quitting YouTube, just letting it go. God help me. But deep down I knew that I had to put in the work no matter what. But this led me to constantly feeling tired, and it was affecting my progress. I also doubted everything that I've done thus far. I ended up feeling discouraged and feeling unmotivated even to train. While out for my run, after days of not working out, I kept thinking about everything that I've done, my workouts, diets, and all I have learned from the fitness influencers and the internet. Perhaps I was missing something. Cuddled by the sounds of the birds, fresh air, and the stillness of nature, my run became a source of clarity. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, it became clear to me what I was missing. What was it that I missed these last 30 days? At this point, my 30 days have long passed, but after some thoughts, I realized that I wasn't missing anything. The training I applied, like training to failure, works. What I was lacking is fully committing myself to my goal, which I didn't. I often made excuses. In my head, I thought I was training hard enough, but results don't lie. After being inspired by Mike Mensa training his clients, I got to understand what training hard enough actually means. One workout left me in extreme pain in my legs, and I had a hard time walking. I also didn't track my calories as I should. That's why each and every meal I eat, I log in my food without skipping any. The goal was to build muscle, and eating enough is an important part of that. As I mentioned, I wasn't getting any sleep. Muscle is built while resting, so I'm staying consistent with my sleeping times, making sure I get at least 8 hours. I ended up gaining 5 kg after a few weeks of this. It might not seem like much, but for me it meant a lot. Now at 77 kg, it showed me that all that work was worth it. Training in my garage, eating like crazy, I never thought I could pull it off. Seeing that I don't go to the gym or have enough money for expensive gym equipment or diets, I knew that I had to use what I have and go for it and stop making excuses. You should too. But if there's one thing that I can say, is that progress takes time, and to see results all you need is consistency and discipline. Ooh, that was a lot of fun, but not so much with the editing part and putting it all together, but it was fun either way. Subscribe and help me reach 10,000 subscribers. And like I said, it takes consistency and discipline to achieve your goal, but then I'm patient. So make sure to subscribe and watch this next video and help me grow my channel. I really love doing this stuff. Peace.